Hello, this is J9RP, and oh my god, the save state that I had last was sometime in September, but I did keep my promise. It wasn't as long as the last wait. Just doesn't make it any better really though, does it? At all. Oh well, let's just carry on with this, shall we? Last time, Lunar Nights. Well, our two heroes donned their legendary new deeds. Doodly-doodly-doo-doo-doo. And, of course, talking about these wonderful accessories, Nora's boots, Nora's mask, and the warrior's scarf. And with all that, we have a fair amount of advantage and going up there. And we also maxed out Aaron's, if I can actually get them up correctly. We've maxed out Aaron's armor, so he's now got even bigger explosions. Boom! And we also we also went into the Dark Tower again to sort of demonstrate that you can in fact use anyone in there to go anywhere, and did a little bit of an interesting route thing there. So after another quick diversion to our local solar bank, where our friendly bank clerk made a rather interesting proposition regarding a lot of money, we then took on the 9th tower. Although I should point out something that's already known about, I think there's nothing about these parts, but that can wait. I'll talk about that later. Where we fell off the bleeding 5th floor again. But we persevered. We got to the floor 90 and beat that first time. Awesome. And we had to take on a level 90 Duma, who may as well actually killed both Aaron and Lucian had they not come prepared this time around. So, in defeating him, we ran into his familiar, Pero, who had some news that, in all honesty, we should have known in the first place. Really. Maybe, I don't know. So, obviously, it's because that particular polydor we ran into was a big, fat, faker person. Not like we didn't have a very big hint before the man immortal alien type thing, and not just when he said he was constructing his new body for himself. But Lucian obviously suspects there are other shenanigans going on, so let's pop to that place where you all know and live, old Judas-san, and go to the general... Wait. Let's not go in there. I mean, you could sell some stuff, I suppose. What have we got to sell?
What would you like?
Not much, apart from maybe that gold bullion thing, because we don't really need that. That one, that's cool. I'm actually thinking about it. I wonder if that will actually help us get to a certain point. I don't think I really need that in particular. I certainly won't be needing this protect fruit at this moment in time. We're kind of okay for everything else. Most of the stuff we can actually get on the field, and yeah, that will be alright. So, in light of that,
What would you like? May the sun shine forever in our
thank you, Elizabeth. Let's actually go into the Ring into Destiny.
Come on in.
And
what can I do for you?
have a bit of a kip.
Will you be staying this evening?
Yes, we will. And we kind of need to as well, because we got a bit of a day ahead of us. If it works that way. It never works that way in RPGs. Nights end up lasting like as long as you don't actually stay at chopping in so far downward. Although there are obviously day cycles here, so all that is what that is. Anyways, so as we approach the actual end of this playthrough, at long lost, there are a few things I want to go over. First off, the reason I delayed this so long, wasn't just because I'm getting a new mic. In all complete honesty, getting a new mic is kind of part of it. But for the most part, so I'm just going to go in here and do a few quests just to grab a few things. I'm actually thinking about this. Check the weather is like really old. Let's go in there anyways. Well, here's something else that's kind of interesting. This guy here keeps popping up all the time. You cannot get in. You really cannot watch this. If I can actually get in the right time. Whoops, if I can actually hit the right time. Nice. There is no way of hitting him. Believe you me, I tried. There is just no way. Yeah, even with the bomber can actually... It's the only thing that can actually get over there. There's no way of hitting him. He's possibly the only one monster in this game is completely, totally invincible by rote of... I don't know if you want to call it bad programming or anything like that, but it won't be able to do any case whatsoever. Get away from me! Okay, so after pottering around in this place over here quite a few times doing the Spectre quests and netting quite a lot of cash with the portrait of the I completely forgot, I think it was a gunslinger or something like that. Yeah, getting quite a few of those. I've been obtaining a heck of a lot of materials. And now I am ready to pop over to Professor Sheridan's mansion, which I'm kind of doing here on the sort of alternate to kind of scrolling around on the map and just clicking on places. You can actually use the L and R shoulder buttons as well to cycle through all the dungeons that you've been to in that order that you've actually been through them. And also the vending areas, and of course the hideout in the old curious land. But right now we're interested in going to this place to do
Welcome.
some upgrading.
What would you like? Yes, sir.
And
Which weapon would you like to strengthen?
with this upgrading, I will be introducing a new member of the Mark III Club, which will be the Knight.
It looks like your solar gun Knight has gone up a rank. Now you can fire upgraded charge shots by holding the Y button. This truly is the full power of the solar gun Knight.
Is it though? Is it really? Because you can actually go up a fair bit higher with some of these weapons. I might as well just give you an example here. For instance, it's something I kind of wanted to do anyway. Of course, I can need a little bit more solvent for that, so that's a thing. Could possibly push it on something like that. Maybe not. Like I said, there's kind of a limit that you can go with certain materials, so I'm going to have to come back here and with some more materials. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we are back, and this truly, totally, utterly, undeniably is the full power of the solar gun witch. But he won't say that, of course. The game will actually give you a hint. I am not showing any more of these green text down there that will indicate that that is the material you need to upgrade. Essentially, you cannot upgrade anything like that any further. I'm gonna come back and do the saying with the Vanagon, just to show you the difference that will make once we actually get out into the field. But of course, I'll have to see you back there in a bit. It's only a few bit of junk parts I need to get, so it's not too much of a problem. And it is well and truly done. This is the full power of the Dark Sword Vanagon. Of course, he's not going to tell you that. Basically, these weapons that do not actually have any of the materials needed for them anymore are at level 16, which means they are most powerful. Of course, I could upgrade some of these others too, but like I said before, it's going to be a bit of a job to do so, so I might as well just use up what I have on the Hell and the Ninja to at least make them a fair bit more powerful. I'm not going to bother with the Knight, really, or a Bomber. The Bomber's pretty powerful as it is, but we kind of need that power anyway. But first,
Yes, sir.
What climate would you like?
I would like a nice friendly climate. I'm going to go with balmy subtropical for now.
Right, it's changed.
That is
How can I help you?
a little risky, considering
Take care.
where we're going to be going next. And that, of course, is the whole point of this project. The Tower Laboratory. To go through the last... Well, I suppose I can't call it the last tower, can I, now anymore? I suppose you might as well just call it the last 10 floors in the final traces. And this truly is the final traces. So let me get up there. Jimmy hit this panel, and we'll be going from floor 91. Let's do this.
Get out of my way!
Oh, I can let him do it. Why? Jeez. So, not forgetting, these monsters are now a heck of a lot more powerful, so obviously it's best to get them out of the way first. I'll just demonstrate you how much more powerful them are. Whoops, too soon! That's how much more powerful these guys are now with the Vanagon. So it wouldn't actually done any damage if it wasn't for that fact. But that said, I'm going to stick with the Hell, because, well, it's hell. It's hell out there, especially in here. Whoops, away! Yikes. Okay. Whoops, don't hit me. Because of that. But they do hurt a lot at this level. Alright, any more for any more? Of course. So I kind of have to be careful here, simply because, well, as you can see, my health is already halfway down. And I'll need all the dark powers that I can get. Especially when you're going to be taking in the next floor. And actually, right now, thinking about it, there's one thing I forgot to do. And I might as well do it now. I have the chance to do it. I have some points to accumulate. Now, the interesting... these points are stacked up. Now, the interesting thing about that is that you can only go so far with certain points. So that's actually kind of handy to know. Especially when actually pushing up your health. Same with this guy, although that said, I'm probably going to put some more points on skill as well. Although, might actually be helpful, really, to get him up on the vitality as well. Anyways, so let's try and see if we can do it the smart way like we did before. Whoops, probably with the right weapon, like the witch. I'll give you a demonstration of how much more powerful it is. Yep, not as much as it was before, so that's actually pretty good. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's be a bit more prudent with it all this time, especially with that. And don't forget, if you get up to a certain point, you will actually end up spawning the Skelegons. And yes, there will be Skelegons on this. And I'm not just talking that any old Skelegons either. We are talking about the Skelegons with swords! Oh my gosh! And they are much more powerful this time. So, yeah, you really need to be careful with these guys. Look! Sir, you need to die. See, look at the amount of energy they take out. Whoops. Oh, be careful and watch my health. Oof, my gosh. Oh, these are very welcome indeed. Very welcome indeed, indeedy. Okay, let's get old Gym Nuts out to fix him out again. So the one mistake that I did actually make is not actually going in with actual things, but I'll get plenty of them out here. Which is kind of why I chose the humid continental, especially when you get to a certain particular weather condition, as it were. It's not really a weather condition, but anyways. Right, I'm going to be taking on this floor, and I will let myself take over at this point. You'll understand what I'm talking about in a second. Now, as you may guess, I'm no historian, and most of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about here, I just got from a little bit of research and sometimes Wikipedia. So, at the risk of upsetting any historians watching this vid, there is actually a rather interesting link that has been touched on before in previous videos involving the Vambery Tower Laboratory itself. Baron Stoker, Professor Sheridan, and Carmilla. And it's been mentioned before, the Prof did actually work in the lab under Baron Stoker, which was how he met Carmilla and how he managed to get her out there into his mansion. So what you may not know, that there are actually real life links between them as well, all revolving around Bram Stoker's Dracula. So Carmilla is actually a character in an earlier Gothic novel of the same name, which was created by one Joseph Sheridan de Fanu. And it's basically been said that a lot of what was in Carmilla actually inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula in terms of the characters and the setting. And even though the author's aims were obviously different, because Carmilla was more of a lesbian love story, then Dracula's leaning more towards Gothic horror. Yeah, I know it's a bit weird, but there you go. There are actually a lot of similarities in the plot of both of these works. So, coupled with this as well, it's also been said that the inspiration for Dracula's title character, as we all know, is based on Vlad Tepes III, better known as Vlad the Impaler, was actually from research on the man himself by a Hungarian linguist by the name of Professor Arminus Vambery. But Armin was actually a bit of a secret agent. He was a bit of a James Bond type. And even though he was actually reportedly friendly with Bram Stoker, he more than likely didn't really indulge the author with that much info about his research. So, you know, there was never really any concrete links regarding his consultation blood to Stoker. So this, along with Sheridan Van Nieuw's inspiration, is a bit of a subject of debate among, you know, the people who drew that sort of stuff. So it seems like in this game, Kojima was very much inspired by that debate with the direction of the Bowtie series. So it wouldn't actually surprise me if he gave this area the name to go with the air of mystery regarding these links to the Dracula novel, and that's really cool. Right, this is absolutely horribly risky, and in all complete honesty, it's not working out for me at all. Go away from me! Ugh. I have to be careful here because, yes, these guys can really do major drainage on your bowers if you're not careful. And meanwhile, these little buggers here, if he hasn't actually just returned to his spot he has, hasn't he? Can also do major damage to you if you let them, so that's why I need to be careful here. Oh my gosh, hang on a minute, I can hit myself a few bob here. Well, so I'm abandoning that plan for mad cash. Marvellous. Also, if you did take note, whoops, daisy, make me get out of here, please. Oh, good. It helped me to get a whole bunch of this stuff, which is great. It's definitely something I needed. Yeah, if you actually have taken a note of one of those chests is actually the real one, but it's not the only chest here. Whoops! Dicer. So there are actually only 2 real chests in this floor, if I can actually remember where the chuffing area was. So there's one real one. And that's it. There's just these guys left. Okay, I actually have plenty of health left, and that is fan of me. Cool, look at the hole I've got here. Jeez. I am very happy with this need. As you can see, I've got a stealth fruit in there as well, which will help me very much at a certain point. Very much so. In fact, let me just check on the gym nuts. Yeah, I think I'm feeding a couple of these energy things. Although it might be daytime soon. I'm at a bit of an impasse here, though. Let's see, who's actually leveled up? Yeah, bit of a disadvantage there, obviously, going in at only not even at level 90, but in all complete total honesty, I'm fair enough okay because I've got that boost. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit of an impasse here because I'm the 95th floor, as it were, and as we all know, the problems with that floor, I was high, they are big problems. It's going to be windy very much still, and I'm okay with Jimmy at the very least, because whoops, he has the witch on his side. Oops, I just need to put it right away. But the witch powered up as it is now, I do have a bit of an advantage there, so that's good. Whoops. Whatever's in that package, I'm going to lose it because I'm not hunt for it straight away. I know all that much for sure. Okay, that's one. Yeah, so, whoops daisy. It's further easier with a powered up witch. Darn it. Whoops daisy, come on. That should be it. Face a complete wrong chopping way, why don't you? Okay, that should be it. Nice. Okay, so the disadvantage I have here now is, I think I'll switch to the Valigan with this, is that I'm going to be taking on the box. Whoops. And yeah, they're going to be doing a lot of leaping, which is going to be a bit unfortunate at this point. Just remember how bleeding powerful these guys are. Well, maybe I should stick with the Serapins, because the one thing I'm not doing is hitting them at the right time. Arrgh. Well, guess I'm meeting you back up there again. Jeez, well that just had to happen, doesn't it? Hopefully I won't have lost too much. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah, we do get to carry on our items, so that's okay with me. Well, I'll see you back up there in a bit.